Texas Live, watching the stock markets rise and fall. You can imagine why a total beginner might be frozen with fear.
But don't worry, though. We have a pro in the house. Lance Browning with SVB breaks out all the hype. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Now, in your opinion, why do you think the market is dropping right now?
Well, I think it's helpful to go back and look at why we went all the way up to the levels that we did, even as recently as last month, okay? So a couple things really have driven this market higher for the last 2 years especially, but the last 5. The Fed has been printing money, number one. Number two, investors have been borrowing money to invest in the stock market, okay? And there is sort of a lot of soul searching, this battle going on between bulls and bears right now on Wall Street. And these bulls and these bears, bulls are people that believe the market is going to go up. Bears are people that believe the market is going to go down. And they're a lot like Democrats and Republicans in that they don't agree a whole lot of the time, okay? And what they're trying to figure out is, are the things that have driven the market recently sustainable? Okay, so the Federal Reserve the last 5 years, and particularly in the last 2, has gone out and just printed out of thin air trillions of dollars, okay? And they force-fed that money into the economy, and a lot of that money's made its way into the market, okay? That's the good news. The bad news is the money printing stops in October. It stops this month. So the market's trying to figure out, can the economy and the market grow, thrive, heal, go on its own without the life support from the Fed, okay? That's number one. Number two, the market, well, you can go out and you can borrow money against the value of any asset you have. Your car, your home, your wristwatch. You can borrow money against those and invest, do whatever you want to, including stocks. So investors have gone out and they've bought stocks, they've pledged those stocks as collateral on a loan. Okay, get this. They borrowed money, and then they took that borrowed money and they bought more stocks with it. Okay? Yeah. And so there's more borrowed money than ever in history in the stock market right now. More than 1929, more than 1987. We're coming up on the anniversary this weekend of the crash of '87. More than 2000, more than 2007. My concern, my fear is that borrowed money, that we're sitting on a time bomb, because eventually that borrowed money is going to need to be paid back.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think the market's digesting right now.
So yeah, that's what you say is the main concern, do you think, for the average East Texan right now to be concerned about?
Yes, because I think it bears watching, because as the market, the market and the economies globally are inexorably linked, okay? There's no separating the two, so the market tends to be a very good leading economic indicator. Market goes up, generally because the economy is doing well. Market goes down, generally because the economy is doing poorly. And that affects jobs, of course, that affects spending, that affects everything.
So what can we do? I mean, plenty of East Texans probably watching this, like, cringing inside. Is there anything that we can do? Okay.
The thing I would say is use, and a lot of people in my business would tell you, hey, don't worry about it, you're, buy and hold, you're in it for the long run. And for some people, maybe that's really good advice, but I would use this as a wake-up call, okay? How much risk are you taking right now? And I would sit down and do my due diligence, really figure out where I am risk-wise. Sit down with your advisor if you have one. If you don't, call me. And see if the amount of risk you're taking coincides with the amount of risk you need to be taking given your financial goals. Okay, people tend to want to be way too aggressive on the way up, way too conservative on the way down, and need to make sure that you're where you need to be.
How can we contact you with more information?
Absolutely. www.lancebrowning.com. Income Solutions, 903-787-8916.
Great. Once again, Lance Browning with SVB. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.